The sun is dawning on a phenomenal era of change, as the market shows every indication that it's going to accelerate at quite a phenomenal rate to make up for the last 10 years. With the fundamentals in place, I suggest to you that the capital value of your property is going to move significantly over the next few years. If you don't own your own home now, beg, borrow, steal, get parents' guarantee, somehow buy a property, get into the market and lock in your interest rates long haul. And Perth is going to become the shining light for not just Australia but the world. Property prices will move significantly. So if you're buying secondary property, existing property, I believe you're going to have some great catch up in the next few years. Certainly as interest rates keep moving, inflation keeps moving, wage rises, skill shortage, across the board there will be challenges, but there will also be some great opportunities, and I can't think of a better economy and a better property market to be playing in than the Perth background. 3 years' time, wherever you choose to invest or purchase your home, I predict it'll probably double over the next 3 years. We're going to see colossal growth for 3 to 5 years in the residential market. So there you go, there's the last couple of years summed up, and 24, what a dynamic year it's been for capital growth, rental growth. It's gone through the roof, but here we'll now dissect what we expect in 25. So the biggest thing I see is we're going to get a slowdown in the market for the first quarter. We've just finished with 40 elections worldwide. We have 2 elections here at home, both federal and state. So others are also saying, oh look, we're going to get a change in interest rates. I wouldn't bet on that. But everybody's got on pause mode as we speak. If we go back early spring, we only had just over 3,000 listings in the market. We've chowed it up to now over 5,500 in the market, and it's growing. So I believe that a bit of steam's come out of the market. The East Coast buyers have left the market in droves. We had a lot of them over here go back 3 or 4 months ago. They've now targeted Victoria as the next buy, and they've exited the state. So I suggest for the first quarter of 25, it's going to be a good time for you to get back into the market and buy without the fear of missing out, and put in those offers that are sensible offers and not over the mark. Having been doing these for some 40 years, we're coming off one of the hottest markets I've ever witnessed in 4 decades. And I suggest, as I said before, we're going to go into a subdued market, but the end of 25 will be off and running again because it's supply and demand. Would you believe we've got just over 500 apartments being completed here in the whole of Perth? We need 5,000. There's just a huge shortage, and we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of people wanting to come here. We've got the highest wages and highest employment in the country, and a lot of people are waking up the good news story here in West Australia and coming across the Nullarbor and from overseas. So it's supply and demand. Real estate in the residential sector will keep pushing through 25 and beyond that as well. So taking a brief look at other sectors, let's start with the rural. The rural's come off from what it was last year. We've had a subdued year harvest-wise. Prices at the farm gate have reduced substantially across the board, and land prices have come down as well. But still, there's a big push from carbon sequestration and corporates chasing rural property, so it's buoyed quite reasonably. Rural living, the Vespers, chasing another lifestyle, that is really buoyant. Whether you're looking north, south or east, there's a lot of people that are gravitating out of the city, living that country-free lifestyle, if you like, on a small bit of acreage and enjoying that lifestyle. So that continues to grow. Retail, well, not so good. Unfortunately, since COVID, there's been a lot of damage, collateral damage there, people habit shopping offline, etc. And then you've got these wonderful places like Karrinyup Shopping Centre. It's like an experience to go and shop, and it's drawing away from a lot of other retail areas. So retail is struggling. Offices are also struggling, courtesy of COVID as well. The good thing about offices is there's not much more supply coming to the market, so over the next couple of years, the 15% vacancy we see in the actual office market should ease in time to come. Finally, holiday accommodation still going through the roof. You try and get accommodation, whether it's Geraldton, Broome, Margaret River, any time of the year, is pretty hard and you're paying quite a lot for it. And so you should. We've got a great place to holiday here. So holiday accommodation will also keep continuing upwards. The only other sector we need to touch on is industrial, and I see industrial as the leading light. It's like residential property was 2 years ago. We've got a huge supply shortage. We've also got industrial land being sought by eastern states purchasers because the rate of return is double here. Would you believe, since COVID, that some sectors of the market and warehousing have seen a doubling in price in the last 3 years of square metre rates for leasing. So consequently, the rate of returns have increased significantly, and I think that will continue because we've got a supply shortage and we've got big things going on with ARCUS, gas projects, mineral resources. People are requiring a lot more industrial space. So if you happen to be one of those mature investors that got a few residential properties behind you, maybe it's a good time to be looking at industrial property. We see a lot of the eastern states buyers now have come to our market because you get a far more favourable return and they see more blue sky potential with capital growth. So industrial is the leading light. Okay, that's a wrap for 24. I wouldn't be holding your breath for interest rates. I'd be saying if you want to buy in the next quarter, it's pretty good timing with the factors I've talked about. Residential, industrial are the highlight and the standouts where you should be participating. How long is this going to continue? Once again, my crystal ball tells me it's another 3, maybe 5 years that we've got reasonable steady growth. It's been a hell of a year and too much growth, too much, too fast, too quick. Nobody's a winner in that. We would like a slow, steady market. And that's hopefully what we'll return to over the next 3 years. And I believe real estate, and especially real estate here in WA, is one of the best investments you'll ever make. Look forward to assisting you on that trail. Thank you, guys.